Let's go through my tips of how to successfully propagate a fiddle leaf fig tree.
It has been 1 whole year since I topped my fiddle leaf fig and chopped it right here.
I took this cutting in winter, so regrowth was a little bit slow, but once it started, it did not stop. To encourage her to grow more, I kept her in a sunny spot and fertilized monthly.
Look how much she's grown and how much healthier she looks.
To propagate my cutting, I chose the water propagation method. I cut the lower branches off my 2 sections, allowed them to dry overnight, and then popped them in water. Again, because this was winter, roots did take a few weeks to start growing. You can propagate and prune year-round, but regrowth is much faster in the warmer months.
Got the roots. She's ready to plant.
Once the roots were long enough, I planted my propagation in a chunky soil mix. Fiddle leaf figs do like a well-draining soil. And just like the mother plant, I popped her in a sunny spot to grow. I misted her as well to encourage more growth.
Here is the section I propagated. You can see that she's growing well. For full disclosure, I took 2 cuttings, one rooted and one didn't. The one that didn't root was the very top, and the one that did root was the section in between, so I cut below and above. I don't know if that was just my experience or a tip, but this is why I always suggest take multiple cuttings, because hopefully one of them will root. Whilst in water, it rooted really well, but it didn't start pushing out new leaves until I did plant it in soil as well. Again, I don't know if that was just my experience. I probably wouldn't keep a fiddle leaf fig propagation cutting in hydro full time, just because from my experience, it didn't push out any new leaves.
I am obsessed with this propagation. I'm so happy that I have a new fiddle leaf and that the mother plant has grown 2 whole feet.
First time I chopped this fiddle leaf, I went straight across and it grew 1 new stem. So I thought for the other side, I would try cutting it on an angle, and instead of just getting 1 stem, it has branched into 10 stems. Look.
Make sure you use sharp pruning shears when you take your cutting. For this second stem, I made the cut in summer and regrowth was much faster. Within a few weeks, I had these new little buds forming, and I honestly can't believe how many new growth points there are, and I'm wondering what it's going to look like soon.
I would call that a successful propagation. Now, with the fiddle leaf fig or the Ficus Lyrata, you don't want to put this straight into water. If you do that, you may get rotting of the stem. What you want to do is leave it to callous overnight or for a day or 2 so that this is no longer wet and raw, and then when you put it in the water, it won't rot. One of my biggest ongoing tips is do not treat it like glass. It's not going to break. You should be able to move your fiddle without the leaves falling off. I've never lost a leaf off this one unless I've cut it, which is why these ones at the bottom are going a little bit yellow, because they're aging out. Usually these would fall off, but she's hanging on to her leaves.
Here's an example of a heat stressed leaf which I removed, which should have fallen off on its own. That's it from me on how to propagate and branch out a fiddle leaf fig.
Shake her too.
Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions about this plant or how to propagate any other plants. Bye.